It's new from Hasbro Pulse, it's Indiana Jones The Adventure Series, and it's Professor Indiana Jones.
Archaeology is the search for fact, not truth. If it's truth you're interested in, Dr. Tyree's philosophy class is right down the hall. So forget any ideas you got about lost cities, exotic travel, and digging up the world. We do not follow maps to buried treasure, and X never, ever marks the spot.
Does X mark the spot in this one? This is Professor Indiana Jones from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade by Hasbro Pulse, released last month. So I've just popped them out there, and you can see it's this wrapping paper. It's a map of the globe of the world where he travels in, so it's quite a neat feature. It's the same with the Markman figure, and we'll take him out here, and we have, there he is, Harrison Ford, aka Indiana Jones. This film was released in 1989 and stars Harrison Ford and Sean Connery. Yeah, I do like this figure, I actually do. I'm beginning to wonder if this figure's got a better resemblance and paint job, head sculpt so to speak, than the Markman figure. We'll check that out just shortly. So we'll just have a wee look at his articulation here. He's quite loose. The Markman figure was quite, as I said in another video, quite tight, but this seems quite loose. Yeah. He's very loose, in fact, very loose, but yeah, not too bad. So we've just zoomed in on his face there. Hopefully that's in focus and you can see it there. Turn to the side. As I said, I was going to compare it to the Markman figure, the likeness of Harrison. I'm not so sure at the minute. So that's the figure itself. We'll put them down and we're going to get some of the accessories out the box here. Again, it comes in this wrapping paper. It's quite cool. So we should have a shield, a torch, and grill diary in here. Yep, there we go. With the Knights Templar shield. Quite a lot of detail on that there on the description. Where he transfer it onto his, he takes a ribbon off it and he transfers it onto his paper. You can see it there. Nice colours in the back there. You can see it's kind of worn and different colours, different paint job as well. I do like that. A wee bit at the end, it's not really, you can see there it's not quite to the edge in the middle of the shield, but it's not bad. Like the dimples along the edges of the shield as well, the rivets. We have his flaming torch. It'd be nice if that lit up, I suppose. Tied to a bone. And we have his dad's Grail diary. That is a Grail diary there. So you can zoom in, see that. So we've got the Markman Indiana Jones down as well, and we want to see if the sculpt's the same in the face or is it different. So Daisy, he's just dropped his book there. Now I'll tell you right now, look at these two figures. The Markman figure's face is more a glossy finish, and this one is more matted. Turn to the side. There's a difference. He's got more pronounced cheeks there. This one here, I would say this one does look like Harrison Ford a bit more. So I would say right now they're not the same sculpt. Well, obviously not the same sculpt, you can tell that with the cheeks here, but they're not. I was kind of concerned that they used the same head sculpt throughout the whole the series here, but it looks slightly different, as I said. And the paint job's different, it's not as shiny, which is a good sign, because I think the matte finish is far better. And there's a problem with the eyes in this one. I think the eyes were kind of yellow looking, where this one, the eyes are, if you can see that there, eye colouring is a lot better. Okay, so once we've got that out of their way, mix the diaries up. Look at the articulation in this figure, head 360 degrees, up and down rotation there. You've got his bow tie, which is a neat feature. Inside we have his waistcoat. Arms go to the side, like so. There's a 360-degree swivel on both sides, which is the norm. He's got the elbow bend there, and it rotates like that. Don't know why you want to bend your elbow around like that, however, it does for posability features. The hands rotate 360. This is very, very loose compared to the other figure. Very more pliable movement-wise. He rotates at the waist, right round, and his legs go out to the side, obviously. As rotation just below the hip there, you can see it, the top of the thigh muscle, down below the knee bend as well, mirrored on both sides, and the feet up and down. There's no toe pivoting, but the feet pivot up and down, and you can see like it looks like his grey socks as well. So that's neat. I like this figure actually. I would say I like this figure better than the Map Room figure. So overall at the minute I'm really impressed with this figure. I do like the head sculpt, I like the colour in the suit, it's very detailed, the buttons going down there. I feel this one's a better representation of Harrison Ford. It's nice looking with you've got the collar and the bow tie there. The buttons in the suit jacket, the colouring, some creases there, contours in the jacket as well at the back, you can see that. Brown shoes on. Yep. So he is having a wee spin in the turntable. Now, I must admit, the Map Room Indiana Jones figure is far more iconic looking than this one. He's in the Map Room, he's got the Staff of Ra, iconic scene where location of the Lost Ark of the Covenant is displayed on the map, the floor. This one is his classroom outfit, it's his suit he wears when he's teaching the university class at Princeton, I think it's university. Then he leaves there and he goes to see Walter Donovan. And he uses this suit when he's under the catacombs under the library. But for me, this figure itself is a far better figure. I prefer this figure to the Map Room figure. This one has broader shoulders. I felt the Map Room figure had very narrow shoulders. I like the kind of colour in the suit here, it's a bit more detailed. And most importantly in this figure, I do like the head sculpt. It's far better than the Map Room figure, what I can see. Albeit the Map Room figure, most of it's cloaked in his head garment. This one here, you can see his hairline, his hair, etc. colour as well. And also, which is a big deal, he stands in his own accord. The Map Room figure was absolutely torture. It's nigh impossible to get him to stand properly. Even when I did, he fell over very soon. But this one here, as you can see, he's doing the turntable test without a problem. And I like the accessories in this, the Knights Templar shield, and you have the bone with the flame on it as well. One other thing I could think they could have done there was have maybe a kind of a slit in the plastic, and maybe put the diary into a pocket or something. You could put the diary in his side pocket, maybe ideal, but again, maybe that's wishing for too much as well there. But overall, this figure, yeah, far better than the Map Room figure. Really pleased with this figure. Looks a lot more like Harrison Ford. This one I give a thumbs up. So that's Indiana Jones from The Last Crusade, and this is the Adventure series. It was just released last month from Hasbro Pulse.